Welcome everyone. My family pissed me off, so come with me to pick up some breakfast, because what cheers me up is a nice warm breakfast from Dunkin Donuts. Why, you ask? Well, because in my small town there's always a Dunkin Donuts at every corner, so that's where I'm going. But specifically, I'm going to the Dunkin Donuts drive-through, because if you cannot tell from my hair, I am currently oiling my hair right now. Okay, so please don't say it's oily. I know it is. I know I look crusty. I know I look dusty, but trust me, the glow up today is gonna go crazy. I'm currently in the drive-through and we're about to pull up. Guys, you didn't see what I got my order, but I got a croissant toasted with American cheese. That is my classical order from Dunkin Donuts. Okay, a classical croissant toasted with American cheese is the best thing ever here. So I'm waiting in a red light. I'm gonna go by the beach because it's close by and I need some like peace and quiet after what happened today. So the Cookie Butter Coldbrew with cream is so good. It's one of my favorite seasonal drinks, so I'm so happy. This is what I was craving this morning. Okay, so we made it to my old apartment complex. Like, you could still see the ocean kind of like here, from here in the bridge. So this is where I used to live, fun fact. Has a lot of triggering memories here, but I was gonna go to the beach, but whenever I go there, like, I feel like the residents get pissed off with me because I'm like parked in the driveway. They probably don't, because a lot of people do that, but I feel like this is more private and excluded from everyone else in the whole world, and that's perfect. Also, is the steering wheel bothering you guys, or is that fine? Because I'm like horizontal, you know. But anyways, this is what I got at Dunkin Donuts. I think I already showed you this, which is the cold brew, Cookie Butter Coldbrew with cream in it. Fun fact, last year when this was like first introduced, I think, maybe it's been on there for a while, or 2 years ago actually, when I used to work at Starbucks, there was this girl with pink hair. I forgot her name, but God bless your soul, because we used to call each other Wanda and Cosmo, because we were literally Wanda and Cosmo. And she would literally put me onto the Cookie Butter Cold Brew, but we would always make our own kind of concoctions. Well, we mixed drinks from Starbucks. Like, we did like a Red Bull strawberry acai, and that tastes so good, guys. If you never had that, it's so good for pregame. Anyways, but this just reminds me of her, because we used to bond about the Cookie Butter Cold Brew. So, oh yeah, and she was a stripper too. I love that. Until apparently she was trying to recruit the minors in her Starbucks to be strippers. Anyways, there's a lot of tea I could tell about that experience, but anyways, let's just see what I got. So I left my family at the house because I just couldn't do it anymore. So I got my own breakfast, because I said, you know what, I'm gonna get my own breakfast because I can. And so I got some hash browns, fried hash browns, and I got my go-to order, which is a plain croissant toasted with American cheese. Don't knock it till you try it, okay? So I'm gonna eat it. I'm like I want to get a microphone, like those little microphones that they sell at TikTok shop, just so you guys could hear me better, because I know the audio quality is not great, and I'm not using the best device, which is like the iPhone, my iPhone. So, but like, girl, we gotta do what we gotta do at this economy. Like, it's so sad. Like, I can't even do what I gotta do because, you know. Anyways, yummy. Look at this. Oh. Gosh. I feel like the hash browns at Dunkin Donuts are slept on, because they taste so freaking good. And people are gonna see me like greasy ass hair because I have oils on my hair, because I want my hair to grow long. Even though yesterday I had this very strong urge to just shave my head off. I'm not even kidding. But everybody in my inner circle told me, no, don't do that. You won't look good. Like, don't do that. And I'm like, I don't know, guys. I don't want to sound political, and I feel like that's what every YouTuber or influencer says. I don't want to be dragged into politics, but how could you not? We live in a political economy, you know what I mean? Like, how could you not speak about politics? Because, I'm sorry, politics does matter, okay? It just has to, and if you don't acknowledge that, then you're just falling behind, because that means that you don't have a voice to speak. You don't have a voice to say this and this, you know? Oh my God, guys. What's happening right now is so sad. I can't even talk about it because then I'll cry, but I've been depressed for like 3 days because of what's happening. It's hard to even eat, to digest my food. See what I mean? It makes me cry, so I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to say this. I wish that you were born to an immigrant family. I wish you were born to a different color of your skin. Like, I wish you were born with 2 gay dads. I wish you experienced the type of situations or the type of racial injustice to like the way women are treated. I wish you knew how it felt like. I wish you knew how it affected us. I wish you knew like how this is such a tragedy for most American people. So I'm not trying to get into the political scene, because I know like that is not something I should be doing, but like, how could I not, bitch? Owe so much money to that school, because that's what happens to underprivileged kids who go to low income schools in like these rural areas, and it makes it harder for us to gain these dreams and aspirations and to go for them. And now it's like I feel like this whole world is deteriorating myself and my worth, and I don't know what to do, because there's like limited opportunities. Like, you guys do not understand. Like, now, like, I feel like back then it was so easier to get a job. Like, it was so easier to get a house. It was so easier to do, like, in my parents' era, like, things were so much cheaper. And now, guys, like, I'm gonna be in debt, guys. I'm gonna be sad and lonely cat lady, still trying to make ends meet. I'm not trying to manifest like that negative ill, because I pray that God and like Aphrodite, my Greek goddess, my worshiper, I pray that like I am divinely protected, that I'm financially secure, that I don't have to worry about money. Like, I hope that one day I'm that grateful, I'm that lucky to have that, because I'm someone, like, if I were to have wealth, like, honestly, I feel like wealth is scary, guys. Like, yes, like, when you think of being a billionaire, you think automatically, oh, the things I could have, materialistically speaking, like a car or like a new wardrobe or multiple houses or places you would want to visit. But for me, I feel like wealth is a scary pressure, because there is a lot of money in your hands. And it's also like, what could you do with it to make change? You know, it's not just about spending it all on like limited things that are going to satisfy your needs at the current time, like a desire, right? It's going to satisfy your desire. It's not going to, for me, it's like, what can I create with this large amount that can change the lives of the people that I care about, or like my neighbors? And you know, like a couple years ago, I had this dream. I was this big tycoon businesswoman, and at the time I was making candles. Like, I wanted to make this whole startup business of candles, and how each candle, 15% of it would go to the Amazon rainforest, like to fix it up, to build trees for the indigenous communities. More of the story, my plan flopped because nobody bought my candles. But I had such a huge belief in it, and I lived here in these complex behind me, not these, but more over there, the yellow houses. But I had this strong belief and this strong knowledge that I will succeed. I had that feeling. I don't know where it went wrong. I just think I really truly believe that the product that I was trying to invest in wasn't a product that had any sentimental value towards me. Like, yes, I love candles. Yes, I love scent. But realistically speaking, I felt like it had no usage in my life, if that makes sense. So now I'm here, age 22, single, don't know what the fuck I'm doing, unemployed, haven't had a fucking job, couldn't hold down a job. Because, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me, but like, I just feel so driven to to be that businesswoman that I've envisioned when I was so young and so little. Like, who is that woman? Like, what product is gonna be like that staple piece? Like, what do you guys want to see that would make your life easier, but like economically speak, like environmentally friendly, like it doesn't hurt the planet? Because I feel like with what's happening now, without having the Paris Agreement Act in place anymore, and all those years that we've been working towards climate change and, you know, like lowering down our carbon emission, like now we're going backwards and everything's gonna become bad. So it's like, what really could we do? You know what I mean? Like, what really could we do? And I remember my internship last summer when I made really good friends with a 60-year-old woman who has lived her life. She had a surgery. Her scar is like all over her body. A doctor left the needle in her, and her story is just, it's crazy, it's upsetting, it's frustrating, but it is her story is just so inspiring, and she's literally like a role model to me. I look up to her in so many ways just because she's very wise beyond her years. And she's a pastor actually, but she wasn't a pastor before. She used to be a singer, and she wanted to be an opera singer. She was traveling overseas. She almost got a record deal. She went to California because she had this big dream of becoming a singer. And then ultimately she had a disease with her the thyroid, the throat, and yeah, she had to get that removed, and it just went bad, and she got into a car accident. It's like a whole thing. I don't want to share her story publicly. I should have probably done that, but she probably wouldn't watch this, and she tells her story all the time to people. So she told me this one thing, because we would always talk about the world and how the world works and how sad this is happening and how kids are starving, how kids are being human trafficked, like all of these like big world problems that matter and people don't usually talk about. I finally had one wise woman to sit down and have a conversation about these topics that I'm so passionate about speaking. Nobody my age, guys, you have to understand that I'm 22. Nobody my age has the mental capacity to sit down and really talk about worldwide problems like that. Like, they don't have that, because you know what they're doing realistically? They're out there partying till 2 a.m. Baby, Halloween. I did Halloween last year, and I'm like, I'm never doing this again, because the floors are sticky. The bathrooms have tampon on the floor. Everything is just gross and nasty. Like, I cannot describe it. If you've been, like, it's just nasty, sweaty. The girl, I love girls, but girls, the things I've seen people do is, I never want to be there again. Okay, it's not my scenery. But what I'm trying to say is that the young people that are my age are partying till 4 a.m, doing all this, you know, neglecting priorities, or like not doing anything to be somebody, you know what I mean? And yes, you could go party, you could go network with Chad and Ryan from Alpha Beta K, but like, what is that gonna do to you, babes? You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, I'm sorry guys, I'm so passionate about speaking about this. But if you're literally watching this, I want you to get off that bed. I want you to get off your sofa or wherever you're at and do something. Do change. Like, even if it's a little thing, you're like, oh, it's not gonna matter, like there's no significant impact. It does matter, because it's like a reactional change, a reactional, like, responsive act. Because if you do it, someone is gonna see you do it and gonna do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like the Mandela effect. Actually, I think I'm speaking way too over my head, because I feel like I just woke up, but like, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you get it, I get it. Don't talk about like the crazy girl with my oil in my hair. Like, for like, why should I listen to you? You have oil in your hair. I'm just trying to voice. Trash can here by the house. Hope there is. So anyways, started this YouTube channel a long time ago actually, I don't know what time era, but I've known that I've always made YouTube videos since I was like, since I wasn't supposed to be on YouTube. I think like 8 or 7, I don't know. But you can find my little pet shop videos. I literally begged my father when I was younger, because my mom opposed, obviously, don't blame her. But I've always told my dad, like, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. Can you please let me do YouTube? Like, I want to do little pet shop videos. And he opposed of it at first, but then he realized, oh, you know what? You could be famous and you can make the family some money. So let's see if this actually works out. More of the story, it flopped. And I got some hate comments for my little pet shop videos at 7 years old. Like, what the hell? Like, boy, if you don't let me catch you outside. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it's like, I feel like I'm in and out of YouTube just because, like, I've always wanted to create videos. I've always wanted to become a creator, and my mind is, like, very creative. And I don't know, I just love, like sharing my video diaries, because I feel like I could help somebody, or, like, make somebody's day, or, like, give them advice or something. Even if nobody watches my videos, it's also, like, a memorabilia for myself, so I can, like, watch it when I'm, like, 10 years later, because that's what I do. Like, the videos that I have on my page, some are privated though, because nobody ever watched them, but I do. And I just see that and I'm like, wow, she had such an eager passion to be a creator, even though, like, no one was watching her videos. So I'm like, you know what, let me do it again and see what happens, even though nothing really happened. But, like, I just feel like I should film and post each day and see how it goes, honestly, because, like, it's about to be the end of the year, and why not, you know? Like, the world is shit anyways. Why not put another little shit on the internet, you know what I mean? Just kidding. Probably should talk about myself like that. So I left my home. I forgot to explain. This usually happens. This used to happen all the time. Like, because this place, like, where I used to live behind, I ran away here before, like, after a very heated, scary moment. I left here. And I will never forget those moments where I was staring at the ocean, and then I realized, like, I had nobody. Like, I had nobody. And even now, like, yes, I do have the best, amazing friends who you will see later in my New York vlog. That's my family. Like, that's my soul tribe. And I love them dearly. I would take a bullet for them. I'm so loyal to them. But even though, like, I really love my friends, there's a part of me that I feel like they could never understand me. There's a part of me that it's so scary to show the truth. But I think at the same time, I've always said this to myself, like, this is a secret that I can't even tell my future husband. This is a secret that's between me and my inner child. Like, this is just something that I experienced my whole life, and I just don't know how I could tell the whole story without sounding crazy and people not believing me. Emotional. I'm telling you, I'm emotional. But fear is, if it were ever to be public, and if people really knew this big elephant in the room, I'm afraid that people would think that I'm lying, because I know, like, that's really what people would think. And I think that is why I keep this to myself, just because I don't like how people will perceive it, or how, like, their perspective of me would change, or, like, how they would react and act around me. Like, I don't want that, okay? I don't. But anyways, more of the story. I realized that I was alone, and it's true, and because I'm sitting here in the car talking to you, that in this life I have learned that I am very independent. And maybe it was God putting me in this situation where my parents were never really around, where I was neglected a lot, where I had to kind of learn how to be a strong little girl taking care of another child that wasn't mine. So it's like, there has to be some layer of truth to that, right? Like, maybe it'll make me something greater than now. I don't know. But, like, I feel like due to what happened in my childhood, it has some psychological effects in my life where I feel like I have moments in every year where I'm just stuck, like right now. Because it's not me living through the trauma, it's more so like the trauma is still in my house, and it's like, how have we avoided this issue for so long? How can we not confess the truth? How have you acted so nicely to me with what you have done? You know what I mean? But you know, I try not to hold grudges. I try not to hold this negative attitude or entity, because it does not serve me any purpose. I want peace, I want tranquility, I want to move on, I want nirvana. And it sucks, you know, because it sucks because I got into such a great school, and I thought that I would be living in that great school, but no, bitch, I'm still fucking here. And all the friends that are in NYU, they're all dorming, and I'm just like, damn, I wish I had parents that supported me to be paying off my college. But no, I don't have mommy and daddy money like that, baby. Like, no. Even though, like, no, I don't like to talk about this because it makes me so angry and upset, but it's like, god damn. It's like, damn, God, like, ooh. one more catastrophe, even if that's how you say it, and I'm literally gonna jump myself off from that water. No pun intended. Let me pause this. I'm just gonna close the conversation as I apologize for the raging, cold-hearted woman I'm going to become the next 4 years. All I'm going to say is that I am really locking in trying to become greater and trying to become somebody of power, so things like this doesn't happen. And when I mean power, I mean legally, because how the hell is it legally ethical for a convicted felon with an open case to still be president? And by the way, since he's becoming president, all those cases are dropped. Just goes to show that when you have money and you got power, you could be above the fucking law. Welcome to America. Corruption at its finest. I hate this place. I hate this place. I am not proud to say that I'm an American person, that I was born here, because I do not claim this country. So I'm gonna eat my food because it's getting a bit cold. I don't want to focus on this whole entire video just being the election, but it's just what's been clogging my mind. So I'm trying to think about other topics that I could talk about. Oh yeah, I'm going to New York today with my friends around, like, we're taking the train around 2, so I'll be there like around 3. I am trying to vlog my New York City lifestyle. But I usually, whenever I go to the city, I do film, but like I don't always film a lot of content, just because I really am in the moment and I'd be forgetting, or I'd be filming like vertical instead of horizontal. And yeah, people get pissed off. So I'm trying like to become better at my angles and stuff. Yeah, there's that. I'm gonna leave it off to this. No matter, this is your sign, okay? This is what you needed to hear from my Jeep and my greasy ass fucking finger, okay? If you're here, and if you're listening to this, and if you're hearing this, I just want to let you know that wherever you are in the world, whoever you might be, your life is not over yet, okay? Because the other day, literally 2 days ago, I remember when people used to tell me, would you go back in time? Would you ever change anything? Is there anything you regret? And all the time my answer was no, because I don't want to change anything, because then if I change something, butterfly effect, the things that happen today wouldn't happen, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be a different outcome. But then the other day, I was thinking about like, oh, like there's this one thing in my mind when I think about, that's one of my fears, and I feel like it's kind of my fault, because I feel like people were telling me not to do it, but like I did it because it was my dream. How can I negotiate my dream? But when I got my dream, it didn't fulfill me, and it made me feel less than, and I don't understand that feeling. And it's like, I'm still yearning for this dream that I have, but I don't really have because I'm not there, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, I kind of regret this choice that I made, and I don't know what the outcome of it is going to be because I did this, and like, I probably going to be drained with a lot of money problems. But like, at the same time, like, I just have to breathe. I have to breathe, and y'all have to believe. Like, y'all have to believe that we are going to be somebody, that we are going to have important value to society, because we're going to contribute to change. We're going to contribute to a revolution. Like, women, children, men who are watching this, like, if you don't like something, stand up for it. Like, if you see that something's morally wrong and unethical, stand for it, because we are all the people. Like, we are power. We have power. And I feel like a lot of people do not understand that, but we have power. And that is why I want to become a lawyer. That is why I want to pursue law. I feel like even as a younger girl, like, I've just always seen shit that made me want to do something. And when I was working my internship, hearing people's stories with how, like, institutions be scamming them, or how institutions be doing crazy ass stuff, it's like, there has to be somebody who understands the community, who is able to fight for what is right. And what is happening to my family and my people, oh God, I pray that God gives us strength over right now what's happening. I pray that I become a powerful lawyer in the future. I hope so, that money comes to me easily. Not me manifesting in the camera, girl. Okay, this is where I gotta go. But yeah, all I want to say is that whoever's watching this, you and I are gonna be rich, okay? You and I are gonna be rich. So, I leave it off. Be good. Be good. Be a good person. Be a good citizen. Treat people nicely. Treat people fairly. If you see somebody getting treated injustice, or is getting racially discriminated, or a woman is getting harassed in the street, please be the change. Do something about it. Don't just stand there, because we need more people to react. That's what I feel like. React. Who cares if you look crazy? React. Thank you. I hope you had a good day.